Hey, welcome back to our Friday YouTube Live Q&A. Usually I start at noon Pacific. Feel free to shout out in the chat where you're watching live from, city or country. Feel free to introduce yourself. Yeah, I had some unexpected things come up this morning, so thanks for your patience. And as many of you know, I go live in the Sophia Code app roughly around 12:30. So I've got about 6 minutes today. We've got a couple of questions here that my team pulled off of the comment feed from previous YouTube lives. So I will just get right into it. Actually, right before I do that, I just want to say thank you to everyone for sharing our recent YouTube live on how to be loving when people do not believe you about Maui. Hi, welcome. And all of your amazing comments and reflections. I was pretty taken aback by the overwhelming response. The video definitely went viral for our platform. And I just want to say thank you for your support and thank you for caring so much about our soul family in Maui and in Canada and Turkey and Greece and Spain. There were fires lit in Texas and Louisiana yesterday, Montana, Washington, Oregon. There are so many places in the world. Hi, welcome, that are facing these devastating attacks. And I just wanted to thank you for your willingness to take a stand for the truth and to take a stand for those who are just awakening now. Much to their surprise, the red pills are being forced down everybody's throats because when entire communities disappear in a single night, it's really hard after that's happened for so many decades in a row to ignore the signs of how similar all of these quote unquote natural disasters actually look. So thank you for standing for the truth. Thank you for taking a stand for the awakening of humanity to the truth of its sovereign divinity, which is the solution. It is the solution. I'm going to talk about that with today's question that came in from Viola from our recent YouTube asks, in regards to the atrocities happening around the world, prayers are wonderful. Sharing the truth about such experiences is wonderful. But is there anything anybody's doing to stop these horrific things from occurring? And what can we do besides prayer? Well, Viola, I believe that there are many individuals in positions of power that we should pray for, that through our prayers and through our collective awakening, I believe we can definitely bring our energy and our momentum to supporting them as they take very visible stands or stands for the truth and for the safety of humanity behind the scenes. And perhaps the heroes, we will never, ever know who they are, but they are in positions of power where they can make a difference. Now, the more you start to dig into the rabbit holes of the deep state, like you're going to hear things like the white hats and all of these secret societies that are counteracting all the dark societies. And I don't have any comment about that, because as a survivor of elite human trafficking in the deep state, I actually genuinely know what we're actually up against on the beyond the veil of what we think is the real world here. And look, this is not a war that gets won by thinking we can fight against these forces. We can take a stand. We can advocate for the truth, and we should absolutely be visible in doing that. But the greatest way that you can make an impact and a difference is to awaken yourself, to heal to go on a very conscious healing journey, a very conscious, and I mean like focused, concentrated, conscious journey of personal healing and personal empowerment. Because it is through each of our hearts opening and staying open in such traumatic times that we are opening to the spiritual technology within each of us for the divine power to flow through us collectively, which will ultimately collapse the matrix. It's when we step into our wholeness. It's when we not only claim our sovereignty, but look within our body, hearts, and minds to discover the spiritual technology within us that gives us the tools to live in sovereignty. And it's when we become whole and healed and empowered enough in our individual journey that we can actually learn how to co-create with this divine creative power flowing through us individually, collectively. And, most human beings can't even get along with their partners or their friends most of the time, let alone like entire communities of people trying to work together for a difference. So it's like people keep wondering, well, what's the solution? Who's going to take the bad guys out? Who's going to stop a multi-trillion-dollar global trafficking situation? It's just like, you are, we are in our awakening. We no longer need atrocities to wake us up from the nightmare that we keep consenting to by staying asleep. So are there going to be moments of revolution to come that looks like the old paradigm of fighting back? Yes, that's already happening. But the most effective and powerful steps that you can take is to take your journey of awakening very seriously. Of course, having fun with it too. Not so serious that you can't tell a good joke or have a night of fun. But what we're saying is like, the truth is that consciousness, as you awaken your consciousness, as you learn how to be a highly functioning conscious person in this world, the light flowing through you starts to bring your awareness to just how much people are asleep and suffering. And so you need to learn how to navigate that field through the perspective of your higher self. Now, in the Sophia Code cosmology, we call that Christ consciousness, also parallel with Sophia Christ consciousness, also parallel with Buddha consciousness, also parallel with Source consciousness. It's the consciousness that created all that is. It's the consciousness that gave birth to our souls as sovereign, divine, and free. It's a consciousness that is not bound by the satanic Luciferian matrix oppression and control of this world. And so this is what we teach in the Sophia Code Mystery School. There are university level curriculums for your spiritual awakening in our mystery school, which you can find on the Sophia Code app and on my website at kaira.com. There are so many curriculums that address different aspects of your spiritual awakening. How to connect with your higher self, how to connect with your guides, how to open up every one of your chakras to receiving psychic intuitive information that you're going to need over the next 10 years to always be at the right place at the right time. That is my prayer for you. That is a prayer of the Ascended Masters for you, that you will always be at the right place at the right time. But that means you've got to be conscious about your awakening. That means that when your higher self is like, you better move. You need a different job. You need to leave this relationship. You need to soften up and start this relationship. That you're listening, that your ego is getting out of the way so that you can live in flow with where your higher self and divinity is guiding you to keep you safe, protected, and prosperous in these fucking crazy times on the planet. You deserve that kind of support. And that's what I've been working on literally nonstop for the past 7 years. And honestly, this past 4 weeks, I've been kind of staring in shock. Thank God I had taken the time to channel all of these curriculums and the Sophia Code and all these resources for anyone that wants to explore this codex of sovereignty, how to live from the perspective that the masters did when they survived similar attacks on their leadership and their light work. And because the times are changing so fast that I'm being called into so many different new levels of ministry. It's like, thank God this is already here. This foundation is here, because these times of oppression are accelerating rapidly. And so I just want to, whether you work with the spiritual tools of the Sophia Code Mystery School, we also have a lot of free resources that you can access with our prayer collective, our free community forum, and the app. I'm here every Friday. We also do a live stream that's only every Friday, both prayers, book readings, and then I do an extended Q&A in the app every week for only $11 a month. It's like, we are doing everything we can to reach as many people as possible right now, while supporting our ministry to keep going and thriving. And so I just wanted to share that when people ask me these questions, it's hard not to say, hey, we actually have solutions here for you to begin this process of genuine spiritual awakening, not fluffy 10-step new age awakening, like true spiritual rubber hits the road awakening for the times that we are living in right now. Everything that I've channeled for these curriculums comes out of my own journey of surviving what I survived, and then stepping into my divine purpose and being able to move forward and helping thousands of people around the world. So it works. It legitimately works. And whether you work with the spiritual teachings of this platform or another, my heartfelt prayer for this person, Viola, asking this question is, become who you are meant to become. Find every resource, get really scrappy about, your healing journey. Like, find that feisty spirit and say yes to your empowerment, like invest in you. Take the time to research how you can take better care of yourself. And take the time to reflect upon, are you really where you need to be for these times of great change? And if you're receiving messages that there are changes that need to be happening, like, take the time through prayer and meditation to find the courage to make those changes. Like, this is it. This is it. It is time for us to stop thinking that, the acceleration of oppression is somewhere in the future. It is happening so fast. The geopolitical landscape is being rearranged right now as all of these attacks are happening all over the world. They are literally rearranging who is the front-facing governments of the New World Order. And I remember having dreams about this when I was very young. I didn't understand the dreams at the time, but it was the souls that had this huge ball of light activated within their heart that managed to keep navigating the matrix without, in my dream, this is just a dream vision that I had, even as the deep state grew to, epic proportions of totalitarianism, there were light workers on the planet that could recognize each other through this light in their hearts that was shining out into the world, that we could recognize each other. And it brought an invincibility. It brought a spiritual protection that we could continue to go forward and minister to those that were also ready to unplug from the matrix and awaken. So whatever you believe in, whether you call it source or God or Buddha consciousness, or that the Christ lives within you, whatever it is that you call upon in your faith, make it a practice to call upon it all of the time. Remember to ask for help all of the time. Ask for guidance and ask for the willingness to follow through. Be willing to be brave with how you're treating yourself and what you want in life, and to go after it. Be willing to soften, to learn how to love one another better, clearer. Find sobriety in your communication. If you find that your communication is lacking, we're in Mercury retrograde, and could use some fine tuning. Practice communicating at a really sovereign, whole level with an open heart. You know, if you're used to sabotaging yourself, dare during this 6 planets in retrograde coming up next week, dare to try to create a new habit that addresses old patterns of self-sabotage. This current retrograde of so many planets is helping each and every one of us to really examine what needs to be cleaned up in our lives so that we can live fully in our power, which will not allow for these attacks to knock us out of our center. In fact, it will only allow for us, it invites us to step fully into our power with our wings up, to be seen by other people that are seriously confused. And they're just starting to ask these questions, and they're going to see you as a lighthouse. The Sophia dragons talk about this in chapter 13 of the Sophia Code. They're going to see you as they call it a beacon of attunement for others. Did you know when you step into your empowerment, when you open your heart and you allow the light of God to flow through your heart, your eyes, your smile, your commitment to truth, your commitment to authenticity, your commitment to living in your purpose, you become a beacon of attunement. What does that mean? Your resonance becomes the highest resonance that people come in contact with. You become a bearer of hope, of light, of faith, of inspiration for others. This is not about a couple of influencers or authors carrying the masses. That was the age of Pisces. Y'all, we are stepping into the age of Aquarius fully for the next 20 years. It begins. We already got a taste of it at the beginning of the year. We are all here to lead together. And if you're, looking for spiritual resources of what it takes step by step to do that, we have it in the Sophia Code Mystery School. And it's just such an amazing opportunity to be able to share any of this with you. Thank you for being here with us live today. Please remember to like this video if you felt inspired or hopeful from watching this content. We have so many free videos here on my channel. Check them out, like them, comment. We definitely read all your comments. We take your questions there and we bring them back here to Friday Live. And we also welcome you to subscribe to our channel. Because we really are offering sovereignty teachings that a lot of platforms aren't. And it's our great honor to do that for you. Okay, y'all, we're going to head over to the Sophia Code app for our next live stream for our membership services. And we'll be answering more questions over there. Hope you can join us. See you soon. Stay safe, everyone. Keep practicing loving yourself. This will lead you to all of the resources, individuals, and educational tools that you're looking for in these times. It's through the journey of loving yourself, not judging yourself. Be true to yourself, and the whole path is going to unfold for you one loving step at a time. Mwah! Take good care.